Okay, so what I'm about to do is repair on the tuner on this board. As you can see, the connector has been ripped out of it. This isn't the original. This is something I snatched off of a scrap board. But and normally I have them new in stock, but I don't have any right now, so I just had to grab something used. And what we're going to do is we're just going to pull this can off, and we're going to carefully straighten the metal a little bit because it's been bent a little. You want to be careful doing that. I can't really zoom in good, but there are little components down in here, inductors, resistors, and you want to be careful not to damage them with your pliers. I actually did that one time and ruined an expensive board because I never was able to figure out what went there. So yeah, but basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the new tuner in place, and I'm just going to solder it in, and then I'm going to connect the lead on it to the original lead because the new one is just not long enough. So now I call this the easy kind because I don't have to pull the tuner off the board to do the repair. There is the majority of them that you're going to encounter probably are the kind where you got to pull the whole tuner off, and the tuner has its own separate board in it, and yeah, they're just a lot more difficult. So try to do this the best I can on camera, and it's not going to be easy at all, but just bear with me. So let me see. Maybe I can do it like this. Okay, so one thing you gotta really be careful of is when you do this, you want to get it centered right, so so this pin here doesn't end up touching the metal, and that's what's going to be difficult for me on camera. So try to do it though. So it's going to get hot. What I like to do is, and I'm going to find a piece. What I like to do is take a piece of cardboard, and I'll just use that to hold it. So I do it just kind of like this, and I'll get it lined up how I want it. This is one of those things that's like really easy off camera. Okay, so now I can focus the camera. Yeah, really easy off camera and not so easy on camera. So okay, so that looks good. Then I need a little bit of flux, which I really should have probably put the flux on first. It would have probably been easier. Then I need to find the solder. There we go. Focus. Yeah, I'll get in there close. Closest I'm gonna get. And then with the soldering iron, get some solder on it. And I'm just going to come over here. It doesn't matter if it's a little crooked, because once we're done soldering it, we can, as you can see, it's already sticking a little. But yeah, once it's done being soldered, we can take a pair of pliers and straighten it a little bit. So for now, I'm gonna go with that and put a little more flux on it, if I can find it. There it goes. Okay. So yeah, a lot of flux. Alright, so a little more on the top. And then, let me see, that's as good as it can get, I guess. So then, I'm going to get a lot of solder on my iron. And it's probably good. Okay, so now I'm going to zoom out, and with any luck now, okay, so now with any luck it'll actually stay in place, and I can add some more solder. So you really want a good bead of solder going all the way around it. But if you heat it too much, it'll come loose. And that we don't want. Okay. Now that side looks good. Another thing too is this nylon or whatever the heck kind of plastic it is in here will melt if you get it too hot, and especially on the new ones, because the new ones is like some other kind of plastic that'll really melt. Now that looks good. Yeah, looks good to me. So the next step then is going to be working on this inner connection. So to do that, what I'm going to do is just trying to make a little hook. see that real good, but actually, I'm going to make it so you can. I'm about to put the macro on here. Okay, so now I should be able to get a much better shot. There you go. So you can see I just kind of wrapped that metal around there like that, just so that there's more than just the solder connection that we're going to have. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this macro back off. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some flux on there and solder it. And that's it. Yeah, that looks really good to me. So to straighten it, I need to find what I'm looking for, but what the hell did I do with it? Well, usually when I straighten one of these, I put a coax nut on it so that I don't damage it. But I can't find the one that I use, so I'm just gonna screw on this cable connector, and I'll do it with that. And as you can see, it's like it's not in line with the board, so I'm just gonna grab it. Okay, and I think my solder joint broke, but it's straight. Did my solder joint break? No, actually it didn't. Oh yeah, it did. Okay, so that's fairly straight, but one of my solder joints broke doing that, so I'm just gonna reflow it, and then it'll be fine. That happens sometimes. It's less, seems like it happens less when I have a brand new connector, because they seem to go on a lot better. That's it. It's on there. It ain't going anywhere. So that is how you fix a tuner.